So hello folks. So today we will learn about a program which is related to HashMap. Okay. So in this program what we did that let's create a class book. Okay. So in this class I created some variables, that is integer id, integer quantity. Okay, string name, author name, this is the name of books, this is the name of author, and this is publisher name. Okay, so I created a constructor. So I made it this constructor as parameterized constructor. So here is the parameter. Okay, integer id, string name, string author, string publisher, integer quantity, number of quantity. Okay, here is the number of quantity, integer. Okay, so we have to, what we know in the constructor, we have to first initialize it, right? So I use this dot id, this dot id means this id equal to id, because this is a, why? Because here is the all the names are equal, all the same name I used. What I used in the globally, I used in the parameter as parameter the same name. That's why we are using this dot id equal to id, this dot name equal to name, this dot author equal to author, this the publisher, this means this publisher, obviously is equal to publisher, here is the publisher, this dot quantity is equal to the same things I used it. Quantity means this is the quantity, and this quantity means this is the quantity. Okay, so now we have created an main method in another class, and this main method public static void main. Now we created a map. We created the map of books, that is the hash map. Hash map integer, what is this? This is called generics, right? I use two type of generics. Number one, integer for the index purpose, and it's called the book, that is for this class, right? For this class. Okay, this is the class I use. This class is the in the generics. Okay, so whatever we will create with this hash map related to will be related to integer, that is for the integer, and the book class, right? Object, that is the kb1 equal to new hash map, where now create the three objects of the books with three different values for each parameters of in each objects of the book class. Okay, so all the parameters are here and their values are here. That is the id equal to 1 and the name equal to history and author equal to Bipanchit, whatever we already initialized is here, right? So initialized here this dot some id equal to this dot name, and this is already initialized. So we used it, we assign the specific value for each cases. Okay, so now we have to do what? We already created the object, right? Then we have to put it in the map. As we know, we are using the hash map, right? Hash map, right? So what do we use it here we can see that kb1 is I already the references I've already created. Here's the object of the hash map, and here's the reference of the hash map. I use the reference dot put, this is put 1, that is that's called the this integer, bk1 bk that is this one. Then here's its generics is book. Here is I used bk1 bks1 for generics, put 2 bks2 bks3 I use it. So I created, we have created the map of the books, right? Now we have to print it, right? So how we will print it? For map dot entry integer comma book, same generics I used, two generics, two generics I used. map dot entry, that means for each entry, for reference for the each entry, first entry from all the entry set, that is the entry set kb, kb1, that is the kb1 we already used in the hash map right here. If we see here, so kb1 dot entry set, that's the whole set of entries, whole set of entries. Okay, here integer key equal to l, that's l1 dot get key and the get value. That's why this is a k and the b for this is what is the type, this is integer type and that is the book type, right? I used it, and k comma details, this will be printed first, and after that, and if we use for example this is the colon, this will be more sophisticated to see. So anyway, so system out dot println, that's a v dot id. What is the v dot id? V means here we created the reference of the object. Here's the gate value. I used L1. What is L1? Here is the L1. I used it for each value, each entry is the L1. From there we fetch all the values. These for each cases all the values here. We fetched it here. So all the values for separate variables are stored here. Then v dot id, then I use v dot id means here, right? V dot name, here what we have already initialized here, id name author, yeah. So plus some gap will be there. V dot author, that's mean here author. V dot publisher, that is in here. V dot quantity, that is here. So for each case this format will be followed. Let's run it. Yeah, okay, so we got the output. Yeah, this is the program. Thank you.